Hello and welcome to my channel. Have you ever wanted to change the weather or wondered if you can change the weather? Well, with law of assumption, you can absolutely do that, and I'm going to explain how to do that and also share some examples of how I have done that, because I've done it multiple times now that I know how this works. And I've applied the I am technique, which I'm going to share with you as well if you're not familiar with that. But I also just want to make a note that this video that I'm about to share was filmed prior to what is happening in the US with the deep freeze, the storm of the century that they're calling it. So I wanted to be sensitive to that if you are watching this video is assuming that you are in a safe place, that you are safe and your health and well-being is taken care of, and that you're not in a fight or flight situation regarding a weather event. So I just wanted to mention that, because even though you can change the weather, you can absolutely change the weather. If you are in a fight or flight state and your nervous system is activated and you are very much anchored in the 3D and the experience that is coming at you with reality, that is not the time to be manifesting, because you are in survival mode. So I just wanted to make that point prior to sharing this video with you, because I did film it before I was aware of the storms. Just with that said, let's get into it. My name is Hedley Derenzie, and the purpose of this channel is to help you deepen your understanding of law of assumption, but more importantly is to apply these teachings to your life. So putting these teachings into action and into practice in your life so that you can really start to experience the benefits of these amazing teachings. So perhaps you've come to these teachings from law of attraction. If you have, welcome. You will find that law of assumption takes your manifesting game to the next level, because you're no longer attracting anything. You are becoming that which you desire to have, and then reality is reflecting it back, because reality is a reflection of what you're doing in consciousness. So we want to tell better stories, we want to hold better assumptions, we want to use our consciousness more consciously in order to have the experiences that you want, and that is what I want to do with this channel. So if you'd like additional support with that, I am available for coaching. I also have a free 21-day Set Yourself Up with the Ultimate Self-Concept course, and I'm on Instagram. You'll find those details in the box below this video, but let's get into it. Today's video is about how you can change the weather according to your preferences or any specific special occasions that you've got coming up, using the I am technique. Now, if you are new to my channel, I will link the video to the I am technique. I've forgotten which side it comes up on, but let me just go over it just quickly in summary. So you are the infinite I am. I am is the name of God. God is imagination, infinite consciousness, the unconditioned awareness. That is the I am. You are the infinite I am of your reality. So whatever you're doing in consciousness or your subconscious, that is getting pushed out and reflected back in your reality in the solidified forms of events and situations and circumstances. You have free will as to what you place after I am, and what you place after I am is what's going to get pushed out and reflected back in your reality, and then that becomes your life, that becomes your experience. Now, if you don't know that that's what's going on, you're going to feel like a victim to your own reality, because you're not realizing that you're conditioning your own I amness with the stories and assumptions you're telling, and then they're getting pushed out and reflected back. And because there's a lag time, you're like, well, I don't know what's going on here. I didn't create that. I didn't do that. There's no way I caused that. Why would I do that? And because most of us are operating on unconscious assumptions that we have inherited, we don't know what's going on until we awaken to what's going on, and then we can start to consciously direct our awareness, which is our I amness, towards more of the things that we want to experience. And that's the game of awakening, and that's why we're here, to awaken to our infinite I amness, and then have the experiences that we want to have, that we desire to have, using our ability to condition the I amness with our awareness. Everything in your reality is an expression of your I amness. Now, we often experience our reality as something that's happening outside of us and separate to us, that we have no influence, or we want to have influence over it, so we'll push it and we'll try and come at it from a point of separateness, meaning it's out there and over there, and then I have to come and do this to it to make it the way I want it. As long as you're doing that, you're going to be bumping up against what is essentially a holographic mirror, and you're not going to get anywhere, because it's a mirror, it's a reflection. Reality is reflecting back what you're doing in consciousness. Now, if you see something out there that you don't like, you don't go out there. I mean, you can, but you'll be banging your head against it. what you do is you go in, you go the opposite direction to where you are seeing the reflection. So that's there. You don't go there. If you want to change it, you go in. And the way you do that is to go to the source. And the source is your I amness. Your source is your infinite unconditioned awareness, your I am. And then once you claim that thing that's happening outside of you as I am, as a projection of your I amness, then you get to instruct what you do with it from there on. So when it comes to the weather, like anything else, is just a projection of your I amness. Whether it's sunny or rainy or windy or stormy or whatever it is, it's all a projection. It all exists within you. You are producing the weather. And if you're not doing it, then it's just showing up as the weather. And it looks and appears to be random. But you can absolutely change the weather by recognizing the I amness of what you are seeing in your reality. So the way you do it, you just claim it as I am. I am the weather. Now that you claim the weather, you've dissolved the distance between you and the weather. The weather is no longer happening outside you. You've brought it back in. You've claimed it from within, I am the weather. And now you get to instruct it from that position of I amness. So if you have like a wedding coming up or a special event coming up, what you would do is, I am the weather and I am sunny on my wedding day. Now, I have done this so many times and I've never been disappointed. I had lunch with a friend a while ago and we had a lot of rain. We were going to this really beautiful place overlooking the water, and I was like, I really would like that to be a nice day, like a sunny day. We hadn't had a lot of sun at that point in time. So I just assumed. I had forgotten that I was the weather, of course. I forget because I'm constantly forgetting this stuff. You know, this is the game of awakening. We wake up, we fall asleep. We wake up, we fall asleep. Like, it's a constant game of remembering who you are in amongst all these setups that are designed to kind of keep you in the game of not remembering so that you can have an adventure. So this is a game of awakening, which I am very much on, and I forgot. And then I was like, I think I remembered the day before, and I was like, oh yeah, cool. Like, I can totally instruct the weather. So I just said, I am the weather and I am a beautiful sunny day. Now, it was raining before lunch, but guess what happened? During the tiny little window that we had lunch, the clouds parted, the sun came out, we had a beautiful view of the ocean, lunch was finished, clouds came back over, rain started happening. Like, it happened. I can't tell you how often this happens. Like, I'm no more special than any of you. All of you can do this. This is all within all of us. Like, this is the game of awakening, to remember that this is within you. I'm just sharing this story so that you know and you remember that this is true for you too, if you would like it to be. Of course, you have free will. You can be a victim of the weather if you want. It's up to you. That's one thing that I wanted to share. And then I also wanted to share another story of what happened recently when I went down to Sydney, because I recently went down to Sydney and I only wanted to take hand luggage because I didn't want to take a big suitcase. And when I checked the weather, again, I forgot, by the way, I forgot this, totally forget, because I will forget. Even though I'm doing these videos and I'm coaching and I'm reading and I'm doing everything, I will still forget who I am multiple times throughout the day. And then I'll remember and I'll be, oh my God, this is why I make these videos, to remind myself. So anyway, so I had forgotten who I am, and I'm looking at the weather in Sydney and it's saying it's really cold, like 17 degrees, which I think is about 62 Fahrenheit, something like that. It was cold, and I feel the cold. I'm thin, so I feel the cold. And so I saw it was 17 and I was like, oh damn, that sucks. And I was on the plane and the captain came over the speakers as we were descending into Sydney and said, we're just about to descend into Sydney. The temperature is a cool 17 degrees or 62 in Fahrenheit. And I was like, oh damn, I forgot to bring warm clothes. Like, what am I going to do? It's going to be freezing. Like 17 degrees is cold for me. I really feel that. So I was just sitting on the plane just going, oh man. And then I just went, oh my God, I can totally change that. And I was like, I am the temperature in Sydney and I am 21 degrees. Bang, done. So then get off the plane, again, had forgotten that I had done that, and get my bag. My mum was picking me up, and so I'm walking through the terminal outside to the car park, and when I got to mum, she was all rugged up in like her winter jacket, and I came up to her, gave her a kiss and a hug, and she's like, oh my God, are you cold? And I was like, no, I'm not, weirdly. Again, forgot what I had done on the plane. We get in the car, and I see on the dial, I see on the dashboard, it says 21 degrees. And I went, oh my God, that's right. That's why I'm not cold, because I had claimed the temperature as I am, and I had decided that I am 21 degrees. So I was 21 degrees, even though it was 17 degrees everywhere else. It was 21 degrees in the car. Mum was freezing and she kept going, what? How are you not cold? And I said, because I had done the claim. She knows claim it as I am. She used it herself. And so I had told her I did the claim it as I am on the plane, and I decided that I was 21 degrees, and I was for the entire day, and I was not cold in Sydney. The weather was cold in Sydney, but I was not, because I had claimed the temperature as I am, so therefore the temperature came from within me, and I governed the temperature that I was feeling. I didn't let the outside world govern the temperature that I was feeling. I have done that most of my life. I've been cold for much of my life. But this time I decided that that was not going to be that story, because I'm not playing to my reality anymore. My reality is reflecting back what I'm choosing and consciously stating and claiming within my consciousness. Now, don't take my word for this. Play this out for yourself, test it for yourself, try it for yourself, see if it works. Now, I've been working with this stuff for quite some time, so if it doesn't work the first time, don't toss the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak. Give it another go. Keep trying. If it works for me, it can work for you. So you just want to start by holding the assumption, well, if it works for her, then it has to work for me, because she's no more special than I am. She's a reflection of me. I'm the star of my movie. If this is in my movie and she's saying this, then this is 100% possible for me. I'm just a reflection in your movie, reflecting back what's possible for you if you choose to take it on as possible. But then you have to test it out for yourself. You have to put it into action, and don't give up on yourself. Give it another go. And also the key with this is, when I do these things, I then just forget and move on with my day. I'm not there looking out and going, am I cold? Am I not? Like, I completely forgot. And then I saw the 21 degrees in the car and I was like, oh my God, that's right. I totally did that. So that's just what I wanted to share with you. Please give it a go. Try it out. Have fun with it. This one is a really fun one. And if you have a special event coming up and you're worried about the weather, do not worry. You get to claim it as I am. Claim the weather as I am. I am the weather, and I am sunny or cloudy, whatever you want it to be. It doesn't always have to be sunny. You can have it raining if you want. If you need the garden needs a bit of a water, I am the weather and I am raining and I am giving the garden. I am the garden and I am nourished and hydrated. Whatever it is, it's all a projection of your I am. So enjoy this technique. It's my favorite. I use it all day, every day, and I often forget and then remember, and that's part of the fun too. So don't give yourself a hard time if you forget who you are. But when you remember, then claim it as I am and go from there. Give it a go. Report your success stories down below. If you'd like any support with this, just you know where to find me. What else? Please remember, you are the amazing creators of your reality. You are the superstar of your show. You are the producer, the writer, the director, and the actor in your movie. What you assume to be true will be so. So assume the best for you, assume the best for everyone in your movie too, and you will have an amazing life. And this is my wish, my vision, and my prayer for you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your comments, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.